So Anthony B asks, what is the symbolism of Nick Fuentes merchandising the garments of Jeffrey Epstein? I mean, what is the symbolism? The symbolism is that there's a desire in those corners of the interwebs to be a reactionary to any type of normie narrative, right? And so this idea that in the normie story is a delusion, right? The basic narrative that we hear is a lie. Now, it's understandable why that's the case, because we've been lied to for decades by the media. We've been lied to for decades by the government. We're kind of drowning, surrounded in lies. And so the kind of reaction to that saying, therefore, all the normie stories are suspicious. And, I think that that's what's going on, is that basically, as the Epstein becomes the main focus of everyone and the story that everybody's telling, and as Epstein becomes a kind of demon, then, there's something in Fuentes that is, you could say, compelled to say, oh, well, Epstein's super cool, actually. I think it's something like that, because there is something that's going on in the Epstein stuff, which is, first of all, to me, a lot of this seems like a massive distraction. I don't know for what, for the Iran war. I'm not sure what it is, or just there's a lot of it that's like a distraction. Not all of it. And the question is like, why? I think that Fuentes is probably asking himself, like, why are they releasing all of these documents? Like, why are they releasing millions and millions of documents? Why are they not releasing the things that can help us understand what are the bad things that Epstein was doing, and the people that colluded with him in those bad things? Instead, what they're doing is they're releasing millions of documents, and all of them, like, some of them are just anonymous accusations, some of them are emails, some of them are like FBI analysis, and people are going in there and are coming out as a mob with pitchforks. And you see people saying the craziest things from anonymous accusations, and then like trying to decode these broken email chains where it's just a single email, where there's things that are said that are weird and that are maybe coded or maybe not, and we're not sure. People spend all their time, reading that stuff. To me, like, there's a lot of. That's why I don't talk about it so much, because I'm watching this, and I think, and I see how the media is also portraying it. So let's say it this way. I think that I have become more and more disappointed at how people are talking about things, which is, obviously the media are lying, and obviously the media are hiding in every single way for, how Epstein is connected to Israel, for example. And then on the other side, you have people that I respected that go in and just make the wildest connections that you can ever imagine, and think that every single time that in the Epstein emails, some senator talks about his children having dinner with Epstein and the other people immediately think that it means that those children were raped. And you're like, dude, what the hell's going on? Like, how is it that we have these access? I think that's probably the point of releasing the millions and millions of emails, is actually to create this thing where people go nuts on the crazy conspiracy side, and then at the same time, the main story is lying to us at things that are just obviously patently true. And so I'm just kind of standing back and just watching and seeing how all of this is played out. And the thing too that I find very difficult about this is how so many people remain partisan Which would, I think, at least one thing that the Epstein emails are showing is that there's no partisanship in those elites. They don't care about your partisan parties, and the fact that everybody is, that everybody is trying to accuse Trump of being in the Epstein emails, and then the others are trying to accuse Clinton of being in the Epstein emails, and everybody's trying to defend. No, this my side is completely innocent, and my side is completely innocent. It's like, dude. One of the things that the emails are showing is that they don't care about your sides, folks. The fact that Epstein is like, buddy with Bannon, and then at the same time is talking to all of these rich Israelis, but also these different. It's like they don't care about your sides, folks. They just care about themselves. And so, anyways, sorry, I don't want to fall in rant mode, but yeah, I think it's a good idea. I think it's a good idea to just kind of mostly stay quiet and pay attention and see what's going to happen, and not just what's in the files, but how people are talking about them and how people are showing them and going in and finding their story in them. It can help you see. In my opinion, it is helping me see to some extent who's thinking clearly and who is becoming kind of hypnotized by some of this.